Hi, I'm Graham Richelli. I'm going to tell you a little about the wildlife and the problems that they face on our planet. Wildlife and fish on our planet face extinction because it's on the rise. Between 25 and 30,000 animals and other creatures are said to go extinct each year. That's about 100 to 200 species a day. As well, population density has been used to predict with 88% accuracy the number of endangered animals and other species. So basically, the amount of people in an area is direct relation to the amount of animals that are at risk for going extinct. By 2022, it is estimated that 22% of all animals will be gone. Habitat destruction to the ecosystem. Okay, so growth trends threaten species will increase to 7% in the next 20 years. Okay, so endangered animals are on the rise. 12% of mammals, 12% of birds, 31% of reptiles, 30% of amphibians, and 37% of fish are said to be at risk of being endangered by 2050. And this chart right here shows that in the 1800s, when population was low, there was a steady rate between extinction and human growth as well. And then the new decades, new millennium, population growth has exploded in the billions. As you can see, animals are suffering for it. Strong decline in diversity as well as the prevalent issue. 80% of the decline in biodiversity is caused by destruction from humans. Poaching and other things also contribute. So what can we do to solve this issue? What organizations are in place? The National Fish and Wildlife Foundation was put in place around 30 years ago. They base all their decisions on strong science-based evidence, so it is known that all their efforts will be long-lasting. So anything they do will be put in place to have longer-lasting effects. So if they try and save one animal, they're really trying to save the ecosystem as a whole. Strategies for fresh water: they eliminate passage barriers such as dams. They reduce population, try to restore clean water as well. They try to affect the efforts of big companies from diverting water from streams and stuff to protect the ecosystems there. The grasslands, they restore degraded habitats, so like planting trees and stuff like that, habitats for animals, as well as private ranching and agricultural lands. They help fund a lot of that stuff. As well as the barriers to wildlife movement, such things as like highways, roads, and like big construction things. Even cities are considered a barrier. And finally, for the marine and coastal projects, they try to restore key species in the ecosystem, such as sea turtles, sea lions, and like big predators. They've demonstrated a flawless record since 1984. They've awarded over 12,100 grants to over 4,000 organizations, and in 2011, their funds total conservation efforts investment of $130 million. So, visualize this. In a world where the NFW receives all and achieves all its goals, you can imagine a world where our children are left with the species that we have, and as well we're preserving the future. If we do not do this and we don't change it, the path is clear. We will lose animals at an ever-increasing pace. In 20 to 30 years, we will be facing the largest extinction since the dinosaurs, like in a short period of time. Such animals as the West African black rhinoceros have gone extinct in the past decade, and that's just a large animal. So just imagine our children growing up in a world where they're lucky to see some of the animals we take for granted in a zoo or in a book. So foundations like the NFW that will continue their positive quest to sustain and maintain the planet's threatened ecosystems and its numerous inhabitants, which is very, very important to a good future for all of us. And what can you do? Well, you can get involved by donating or giving your time. You can donate by going to their website, www.nfwf.org, or their phone number, which is 202-857-0166. And you can always make a difference. Any contribution is always making some kind of difference. You can donate to specific things, specific programs they have, as well as specific species you want to conserve, and they'll send you all the documentation for it. As well as volunteering is very important to their efforts, since it's not a non-profit organization. Many businesses can get involved by offering not only money but their services, like if it's an excavating company, if they have to do some kind of land resurfacing or something. So basically, in any way you can get involved, but it's very important because it's a way to secure a green future for our children, and that's all.